Hey y'all, Captain JGB84. Here are my top 8 favorite films of this summer. There was going to be 10, but I couldn't find 10 films that I really liked this summer. So let's start. Number 8 is an obvious 22 Jump Street. This film's just a lot of fun. It's got self-referential humor. It sort of pokes fun at the fact that it's a sequel, but just deal with it. It just does everything good, and Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill are just a nice, a nice couple of just boneheads. Really, I like just seeing all the shit they go through, and I think Ice Cube steals the show. Number 7 is Boyhood. Yeah, this I've thought about a lot of this film for a while now, and it's really good. I don't know if it's the masterpiece that every critic is orgasming to, because seriously, like, read any film review of this film. Every critic's like, "It's the greatest thing ever made." Doing my Bill Cosby impression there. But yeah, I still think it's very good, and just a nice artsy film in the middle of summer, I guess. Whatever. Number 6, Godzilla. Yes, Godzilla, the king of the monsters. Yeah, I understand why people don't like it, but that's not going to stop me from liking it. I just like seeing. I was just so excited seeing Godzilla back on screen, like on screen again, in like the way he should be, not that friggin' thing from '98. No, he looked the way he should be, and I'm excited to see what the future of Godzilla holds. We got a sequel coming 2018 with possibly Rodan, Mothra, and Ghidorah, so I'm excited. Number 5, X-Men: Days of Future Past. Ugh. This movie is a work of art. Just everything about it. It's the X-Men film we've all wanted to see. It doesn't. It gets it right, and it's like I would say probably the two well-known best storylines for X-Men are Days of Future Past and the Dark Phoenix saga. Yeah, they butchered the Dark Phoenix saga, but they got Days of Future Past done just perfectly. Bryan Singer returned, and he was like, my franchise. I'm going to do it well. It was written well, the characters are great, and of course, it's just such a... It's a nice big apology for all the bad X-Men films, which I think is another good thing. Yeah. Number 4 is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Oh, man. Ugh, man, this film is like... It has like layers and meanings and stuff. Yeah, this film's just awesome. Like, it's great. It gets political when you think about it. Like, seeing how the apes work and seeing how the humans work. That's fascinating. That was my favorite part about this film, is seeing how the apes they can just live just so well, maybe not peacefully, but they're so perfectly well governed. They don't, like, Caesar's their leader, and he knows what to do. The humans are just like, they're just barely getting by. Like, I love seeing that. The characters are nice. The human characters are well done, which is another good thing. The ape characters are done well, and there's a third film, but this film it feels good on its own. Number 3 is what I call the biggest surprise of the summer, Edge of Tomorrow. Oh yeah, Edge of Tomorrow. I actually watched this film again just a little while back in July, and I forgot how much I liked this film. I say biggest surprise because I just looked at all the previews and stuff and like, this is gonna be stupid. Like, last time Hollywood tried to adapt a manga or Japanese thing, it was like, what, Dragon Ball Evolution. But this film just gets it right, and I've never read the manga or whatever, but I'm kind of curious about it now. All You Need Is Kill, I think it's what it's called. It wasn't called, the film wasn't called All You Need Is Kill because, well, kill is a bit of a touchy, sensitive word, I guess, in this day and age. But just Tom Cruise is great. The time travel, the loop premise, it always feels like it never gets old. There's always just some way that it keeps, like, it stays fresh or whatever. Emily Blunt is great, and I don't usually talk about this stuff. I've heard this been called the most feminist summer film ever. Now, I'm not much for feminism, but I think it is, yeah. I like that Tom Cruise is the massive wimp, and Emily Blunt's just like, I'm gonna get your shit together. Like, you're gonna kick ass, and I'm gonna help you. Stuff like that. That was great to see, and it's really funny. Like, seeing Tom Cruise die in like 30 different ways, in 30 of the dumbest ways imaginable. He jumps over there, hit by a truck. Jumps over there, avoids the truck explodes. Gets hit by a jet. Gets like Emily Blunt steals his battery pack. Who knew Emily Blunt could be such an action chick? I mean, I always thought of her as like, the young Victoria or whatever. She's badass, and Tom Cruise can still hold a film together, which is nice. Yeah, the only real gripe is, of course, the end, the last like few minutes of the film, but everything else is so well done that it's whatever. Number 2 is Guardians of the Galaxy, my favorite film of all time by Marvel. My favorite Marvel film of all time. Like, this is definitely gonna have a spot on my favorite film list. This film is just yes. Space Avengers, like one of the main things that I do love about this film is that even though it is part of the cinematic universe, it can kind of do its own thing when you think about it. Like, it's not set on Earth, so you don't have to worry about Shield and all the other heroes or whatever. It's free to do whatever it wants, and that's just what it does. It does whatever it wants. I mean, yeah, there's Thanos in there, but like he's in it for like a scene and a half, basically. Which is another thing I like. Also, the characters are just so well done. I mean, I've heard, it's like basically just the Avengers in space, which I think it is, but, this film didn't have, like 5 other films building towards it. It was just like, here they are, deal with it. And, it's also, evident that Marvel is willing to take risks, really. I mean, like, here was a batch of heroes that are fairly new, and no one really knows them. I mean, I only knew them because I watched Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the TV show, and I think they were in like 1 or 2 episodes. But apart from that, no one else knows them. Like, I didn't know who Gamora and Drax were, though. They weren't on that, I think. But yeah, just a great bunch of heroes, and hopefully we'll get a Guardians of the Galaxy Avengers crossover, maybe sometime in the future. And my number 1 favorite film of the summer is How to Train Your Dragon 2, which is also my favorite film of this year. Still, yes, this film officially is on my favorite movie list. This film is just, so good. So many layers and substance and feels, oh my god, this film hits you right in the feels. It's like feels. Look, my hair has the feels. Oh my god. This film just does it right. It does it so well, and like... It's hard to find something to compare it to. I mean, everything just works so well. I mean, like, the characters are well treated. We get to really see, the friendship between Toothless and Hiccup do well. You get like him meeting his mother, and I was like, oh my god! And then his parents are reunited. I'm like, oh my god! Right in the feels, right in the feels. Oh man. Yes, How to Train Your Dragon 2 is my favorite film of the summer, and it might just be my favorite film of the year. We'll see. But yeah, those are my top 8. I'll just go over them again. Number 8, 22 Jump Street. Number 7, Boyhood. Number 6, Godzilla. Number 5, X-Men Days of Future Past. Number 4, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Number 3, Edge of Tomorrow. Number 2, Guardians of the Galaxy. And number 1, How to Train Your Dragon 2. But yeah, that's all I have to say. So what are your favorite films of the summer? I'm also going to do a bottom 10 summer films, like top 10 worst films of the summer. Well, at least for me. Yeah, I'm going to do that too. So stay tuned for that. And tell me, what are your favorite films of the summer? I'm curious to hear. Till then, see you later.